Hi, second graders, it's Mrs. Clark, and today in math, we are going to be buying some items from the fruits and vegetables poster in your math journal, and we're going to be paying for those items with a higher amount of money, which means we get to count up to find out how much change we get back. So today in math, we are going to be practicing counting up to find the change that we should be getting back from the cashier. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and get started. What I would like you to do is I would like for you to take out your dry erase board and your dry erase marker. And if you want to open up your fruits and vegetables poster to look at, we can also do that. So go ahead and pause the video, take some time to get your board and your marker out, as well as your math journal book. While you are continuing to get your board and your marker out, I want to have you go ahead and start thinking about this particular problem. Let's say that you go to your favorite store and you see a toy sitting there on the shelf, and this toy that you would really like to have only costs 48 cents. And you think, yes, I found a toy that I really want, and it only costs 48 cents. You dig in your pocket and you pull out the change that you have in your pocket, but you only have 2 quarters. You don't have exactly 48 cents. Can you still buy this toy that you really want? Yes, you can. You can buy this toy that you really want because you actually have more money in your pocket than the toy actually costs. So on your whiteboard, let's go ahead and take a moment and look at how we can use these 2 quarters in our pocket to buy this toy for 48 cents. And then let's see how much change we get back. So, like I said, there is a toy on the shelf that you really, really want. And it only costs 48 cents. And you have in your pocket 2 quarters. Boys and girls, how much money is 2 quarters worth? If you said 50 cents, that is correct. Well, guess what? If I give the cashier my 2 quarters to buy this toy for 48 cents, the cashier is going to give me some money back. She's going to give me some more coins back to put in my pocket. So I pay for this toy, and I need to know how much change I'm getting back. So what I want to do is I want to start at 48, and I want to count up until I get to 50 cents. And the best way that we can do this right now is to count by ones. So I am going to put 48 cents in my head, and I'm going to count up until I get to 50. So here we go. 48 in my head, 49, 50. So that is 2 tallies, and so that means 2 cents. So the cashier should give me 2 cents in change for buying this toy using 2 quarters. Let's say there is another toy that I really want. And this toy is a car. And the toy costs 50 cents. But I dig around in my pocket and I try to see how much money I have in my pocket. And luckily, I find that I have a $1 bill in my pocket. So I go to the cashier with my toy car that I found for 50 cents, and I pay for it with my $1 bill. Now, in this case, since our toy starts with a multiple of 10, 50, I can count by tens all the way until I get to $1, or otherwise known as 100 cents. So this time, instead of counting by ones, I'm going to count by tens, starting at 50 and counting all the way until I get to 100 cents, otherwise known as $1. So when I count by tens, I like to write this on a piece of paper or a board, and I like to count how many hops I make. And every hop that I make counts as 10. So watch this, starting at 50, and then I count by tens. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So look at how many times I hopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hopped 5 times. Each one of my hops is counting by 10. So now what I have to do is I have to add up all of these tens and see what my change is going to be. Remember, the toy only costs 50 cents, and you paid with a whole dollar bill, so you want to get some of your money back. In this case, I counted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So guess what? I actually get 50 cents back from the cashier. And I know that 50 plus 50 is 100. So that does make sense. Let's look at one more example. This time I go back to the toy aisle and I see a very beautiful doll, and this doll only cost 17 cents. I dig around in my pocket and I find that I have a quarter, which is 25 cents. Maybe I should go ahead and write a Q, because we know a quarter is 25 cents. So in this case, I have to count from 17 all the way up to 25 cents. So how am I going to do that? Am I just going to use pennies? Probably not. There are other coins that I could use and get back by counting up from 17 all the way to 25. So let me go ahead and write 17 here. And my goal is to count up until I get to 25. I know that I cannot use a dime. I cannot count by tens, because if I did that, if I counted up by tens, the next number I would go to would be 27. So we're only trying to get to 25. Can I use a nickel? Yes, absolutely. I know that nickels are 5 cents. So I am going to represent my nickels with this triangle with the arrow, and I'm going to add 5 cents. When I add 5 cents, I get to 22. Now I can count by ones. 22, 23, 24, 25. So if I am counting these 3 pennies and this 1 nickel, I know that I am going to get 8 cents back in change. So if I pay for my dolly that costs only 17 cents, I give the cashier a quarter. The cashier is going to give me 8 cents back. So counting up from 17 to 25 is 8. Today we are going to be using page 109 in our math journals. And on page 109, we see the same items that were on the poster that we looked at yesterday. And it tells you what items you can buy and how much those items cost. So looking at this, let's look at the example. If I am going to buy one melon slice right there in the table at the top, I know the melon slice costs 30 cents. So it costs 30 cents. Well, I might not have exactly 30 cents. So guess what? I pay with 2 quarters. I know that 2 quarters is 50 cents. So 30 counting up all the way to 50 cents, I know that I would get 20 cents back in change. Let's say that I want to buy this plum, okay? And the plum only costs 6 cents. So I would write plum on this line. I know the plum costs 6 cents, so you would write 6 cents here. And I paid with a dime, okay? I'm going to give the cashier 1 dime, which is 10 cents. Now, all I have to do is count from 6 cents all the way to 10 cents. That's what a dime is worth. So I think in my head, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know 6 plus 4 is 10, so I am going to get 4 cents in change. At the bottom on number 4, you have something where you're going to buy 2 things. When you buy 2 things, you're going to have to add those 2 things together, figure out what you're going to pay for those things, and then you will figure out how much change you get back. So go ahead and take some time to work on this page, and if you have any questions, you can ask your teacher. Thanks for listening today, boys and girls. You did a great job.